seen the title of this video. Today we are doing some work on the 63. We're installing the new control box and we're installing the new senders that we got as well. Basically, just to give you some backstory, my dad got Dakota Digitals back in 2006. They're brand new. He left them in the box, but in the car, and it was open. And then, I don't know, some moisture and corrosion happened. So basically, the warranty didn't cover it, and before I could even use it, it was already broke. So I had to buy a new one. So I got a new control box and the new senders as well. So we're gonna be trying to install that today. So this is what the new sender, the control box looks like, and then these are all the senders right here. I feel like it's a blessing that it kind of happened because now I have the newer style control box as well as the senders. This is my first time ever rewiring a car with the American Auto Wire kit and then also doing Dakota Digitals. So I advise you not to follow what I do. Definitely fucking a newbie at this shit. So I'm gonna be just learning as I go. But I figured I'd post it because there's not many videos out, especially on a 63. So reading on the instructions, so you can, for the oil and pressure, the oil and the water sending units, you can use thread sealant or tape. I'm telling you that because before they told me not to use it, but you can use it now. I'm still gonna probably just do a bare block. So these are the ports for them. This one's like a square rectangle. This one's a circle one. This one's like a little bit more wider. So as for the setup that I have right now, I have this water sending unit, and then I have the oil sending unit over here. So they're doing construction, so if you hear any like loud noises because of that. So in order for me to take this out, I'm gonna have to drain the radiator because then this is gonna start overflowing. So I'm gonna do that right now. Luckily we only have water. Hopefully after this I can start putting coolant into it. So basically what I used was just a 3/4 wrench and then a 7/8 little socket. So the adapter, you want to tighten it as much as you possibly can, and then the top piece will kind of bottom out to where you'll feel like it won't be tightening anymore, and that's as much as it's gonna go. And now next is the oil sender. So I routed everything. So this is what I got. This is how I set it up. So basically this is the temperature sender, oil sender over here. Temperature sender goes up along. Same thing with the oil sender as well, just to show you. You also kind of want to give it some slack. I learned that in wiring. You got to give it a little bit of slack. You don't want it too tight. Rather have more than less. So I'm not too sure if you'll have the same holes. These are pre-drilled for my bags because I'm running air suspension. So I basically just routed it where they put the PSI gauges on. So we got the temperature sender going in through this hole, and this one's a little bit thicker, so it's a little bit harder. So this is the oil sender, and I just put it in that hole right there. And they give you more than enough wire to play with. This box is pretty huge compared to the other one. It's got two mounting sides. And I think I'm not gonna do it on the bottom. I think I'm gonna do it on the top right here and just kind of mount it like right there. I checked clearance. It makes the clearance for the dash, so there's more than enough room to mount it right here. I believe it's a number 8 screw, or no, self-tapping screw. So, and it fits perfectly. I only have one. It was just some leftover screws that I had. So yeah, that fits perfectly, and I think I'm gonna mount it just like that and set it up right now. So I take them off just so it's a little bit less of a hassle. I'm just gonna mount it off of the actual mounting spot. So basically this is the important part. You want to do a 1/4 inch off of the insulation, and you want to have a ruler, right, with metrics, a little metric system right here. Basically you want to do a 1/4 inch off the insulation, and you want to get this perfect because let's say that you have your wire out and exposed a little bit. If that wire touches the other wire and gets moved, however, if they touch, it will cause a short, and then you'll have to get an entirely new fucking box. So, and these are like not cheap. I spent like 500 on the whole kit. So, probably be like 300 for just the box. Okay, so basically you just want to tighten that as much as you possibly can. And you just want to make sure that it's making contact and that it's in there. Because then if you don't get a proper reading, you basically have to pull it all the way out and then go all the way back in until it makes contact. So I'll check back with you guys once I'm finished. Okay, so this is probably not the best place to put it. You could probably find somewhere better. But basically, this is how it looks. This is how your wires are supposed to look. You don't want anything bare sticking out. And then, so I know I said that right now, that you don't want anything bare sticking out. But this is a little fucking sketchy because I don't really know what it is or what it's for. But I read about it on the instruction manual. And that is apparently a shield wire. And it's supposed to go into the negative terminal. So you have the negative oil, the oil sand, and then the oil like positive. So basically, that's supposed to go into the negative terminal with the black wire. And it's supposed to be bare. So hopefully that doesn't fuck anything up, and hopefully I did it right. But I'm gonna test this out right now. I'm gonna put the dash kind of just back in, set it in there, and see if it works. So the dash is screwed in and set up. Time to check if it turns on and works. Okay, so the battery is officially in. Let's test it out. Ooh, and it works. Okay, all right. So we're getting a reading on the water. We're also getting a reading on the oil because it doesn't say OEE when you turn it on. Fuel, I have to set that up manually, and with these right here, I had to ground them and then put them in, but I just wanted to see if this worked first before I did anything else. Also, check that out. So we got everything good, everything's ready. So I'm gonna set up the speed sensor maybe tomorrow. I didn't want to get under the car today. I just wanted to get the important parts out, the water and the oil. So, okay, so everything is all set up. We got water in here. I try to get as much bubbles as I can out the system, like air out the system. Checked all the wiring, make sure nothing's touching, and let's try this out. So, all right. It's in park. Okay, so we got water, we got oil. Oil is just at the right, okay. So, we just don't have fuel because I need to set up the fuel. The oil is good, that looks good, everything looks good. I just lost the pedal, so I gotta fix that real quick. We're at a high RPM right now, so I'm about to turn that shit down. Let's see. So now that we got temperature, we can actually set this up. So let's try and do it. So today's a new day. We're gonna be setting up the speed sensor and the little adapter that it has on it as well. I'm also going to be setting up these. These are the little buttons that they came with that basically let you set up the speed and the fuel sensor. So we'll have that calibrated in as well. So it was a pretty straightforward fit. Basically, you just turn it this way and it tightens for those of you that have trouble with your left and rights. But yeah, so I took off my old one and then just put it right here. This is where it's at on the bottom of the chassis. And then you just take the wiring and then clip it on and then route it to the control box. So this is how it goes in. It only goes in one way. And then you just push that in like that so it clicks. There you go. So then now we can route the wire all the way to the front. So this is how I routed it. It goes up along over here. I didn't put it under here. Put it under, and I didn't put it over. I put it under. So then you route it all the way over here. It's pretty simple, nothing crazy, but I thought I'd show you anyways. Okay, so I was able to set up the fuel. As you can see right here, it's right here. So the fuel finally reads, please set speed. The only thing, I can't do the speed right now because basically speed needs me to do like a full mile. So I'm not gonna be able to do that. So I'm gonna run you through basically how I did that. So if you don't have this, so here's everything right here. That's the instructions. I'm gonna give you the back right here. So basically what you gotta do is you gotta set up these SW1 and then SW2 switches. Basically what that does is you hold it and then, like here, let me try and show you. So if you hold down the SW1 switch and then you turn on the ignition to on, it'll come up with this this display, and you basically use that button to calibrate the speed and then the fuel as well. What I use is I use GM for the fuel, GM 30. And then in order for me to calibrate the speed, I have to drive at least 1 mile, and it'll set up, and the mileage will show up and everything. It's pretty cool, but I have to turn on the car for that. So this is how you do everything for the dash. Can't do the speed yet, so. But other than that, I think that's about everything for the control box. Now I just need to zip tie everything, zip tie all the wires. This was a temporary spot. This was just a hole that was already there. I don't want to put it right there because I want the box to mount like pretty square. I don't know if you can see, it's kind of like at an angle, but that's just temporary. I just want to see if it would work and then calibrate how much fuel was in the actual tank. So, because I don't want to keep running this and then run out of fuel. So that's about everything. I'm gonna wrap it up tonight, and then I'm gonna start tomorrow and film tomorrow. So I'll see you guys in the next video.